Editing has been around since 1903, the same year that flight was invented. Originally, film editing would either not be used at all, using one long continuous shot, some examples being Macbeth, which came out in 1982, and Timecode, which came out in the year 2000. Before 1924, editing would have been done only using a glass table, some scissors and a reel of film itself. Editors would have had to hold the film to the light and, frame by frame, cut and stitch the film together manually. Come 1924, the Moviola, invented by Iwan Saruria, came out, revolutionising film editing. This device allowed editing to be done at a much quicker pace, and more effectively too. The screen on the Moviola allowed editors to actually see what they were doing, meaning there was no longer an element of guesswork to the editing. Overall, they were insanely popular. Even Lucasfilm used them. As 1954 came around, a man by the name of Vsevolod Pudovkin came out with 5 editing principles that are still in use today. The first was contrast, cutting between 2 different scenarios in order to highlight the difference between them. This can be seen in a clip from 2001: A Space Odyssey in one of the opening scenes. Let's take a look. The second principle, parallelism, is used to connect 2 seemingly unrelated scenes by cutting and focusing on the parallel features. An example of this will be in Shaun of the Dead, when Shaun first goes to buy a can of Coke, compared to later when he goes to buy a Cornetto and the shop's been zombified.
Hey, you're dead.
Some change, please, mister.
Yeah.
Nelson. Nelson.
Hello, my friend. No beer today?
No, it's a bit early for me. Nelson, have you got any papers? Nelson. I owe you about 15p. No, I haven't got any change. I didn't even have enough at the fucking shop. So. Oh, dear.
Symbolism, Pudovkin's third principle, has been used in tons of films. Most iconically in Schindler's List, The Girl in Red. The film has, up to this point, been all black and white. Yet when the young girl in red appears, the soldiers ignore her as if they can't even see her, perhaps symbolising her innocence, but that's up for you to decide. Simultaneity was another one of Pudovkin's principles and, in my opinion, the most important. Cutting between two interconnected scenes to drive up suspense has been used in many modern films, such as the 2015 hit Mad Max Fury Road, especially the scene when the motor rats chase the war rig. Furthermore, the editing in this scene and the pacing of the shots helps to drastically build up tension by using 18 cuts in just 20 seconds. Let's take a look. Editing has evolved since '54 to digital editing. Computers allow editors a larger screen to edit with, as well as the ability to go forwards and backwards through the film's timeline at their leisure. With programs such as Sony Vegas, Avid Editing, and my personal favourite, Premiere Pro, the first version being released in 1991, editors can literally see the timeline rather than scroll through rolls of film. In 1992, the first digitally edited film came out, Let's Kill All the Lawyers. 1996 showed The English Patient to become the first digitally edited film to win an Oscar, and in 2007, Roderick James was nominated for the Best Editing Oscar for the film No Country for Old Men. Editing has truly come in leaps and bounds since the days of splicing reels of film together. But I'm yet to touch on one of the most beneficial and practical uses of editing. It can quite literally tell a story, and that can be seen with a comparison of source material changed to give a completely different effect. Specifically, the trailer for Stanley Kubrick's The Shining, which came out in 1980 and is a staple of the horror genre, leading to an insane amount of pop culture references surrounding it, and quite possibly success in Jack Nicholson's career. The original trailer for the film truly captures the suspense and terror. Here's a short clip from it.
For some people, solitude and isolation can of itself become a problem. What do they killed you and Danny?
You did this to me. Didn't you? How could you? How could you?
Here's Johnny!
As you can see, terrifying. But editing can change that. In 2007, a trailer was made again, using only footage from the film, and it really changes the meaning of the film, and helps illustrate my point.
Meet Jack Torrance.
I'm outlining a new writing project.
He's a writer looking for inspiration.
Lots of ideas. No good ones.
Meet Danny.
Mr. Torrance?
He's a kid looking for a dad.
There's hardly anybody to play with around here.
What's up, Doc?
Jack just can't finish his book.
I don't want to sound melodramatic, but there's no way to make it economically feasible.
Here's to 5 miserable months.
But now, sometimes what we need the most is just around the corner.
I'm your new foster father.
I'd do anything.
Climbing up on Salisbury Hill,
I love it.
I could see the city light. My heart going boom, boom, boom. Son, he said, grab your things, I've come to take you home.
Shiny.
Even now, editing is being used and will be used to edit the very film that you're watching.